like the world would crack open if they just pouted enough. Marani removed the reed from her belt, the smell of fresh lacquer assaulting her nose. She shifted her weight onto her right knee and extended her arm, snapping off a short blackberry branch and using her thumb to push the berries free. Night flies buzzed around her, desperate for the juice. She collected the berries from the ground, loaded them into the reed, and waited. Click-clack. "Jax!" Jack stuttered awake and coughed. It sounded like phlegm and probably smelled like the expensive tea they used to keep him alive. A yellow light swung back and forth across the dirt and bricks, highlighting the insects that choked the air. Marani put the reed to her lips and grumbled at the achingly slow pace of the carriage. She saw the horses first, mud-brown with the occasional patch of white, small, useless wings protruding from their sides, and their eyes reflecting the lantern swinging above. The carriage was darker, only one door lantern still lit. The flame shone sickly yellow, the candle having burned down to a nub. One of the horses snorted. A wing twitched. The carriage door came up level with Marani's head. A curtain, black, probably some expensive velvet that was worth more than Jack's life, stuttered in the breeze. Marani took a deep breath through her nose, aimed right at that dusty, plush obscenity, and fired. The nighttime split apart. "Ah!" screeched the driver, as blackberries hit with a telltale splat, both from her and from Jack's. Thank every frothing pegasus in the night sky that Jax hadn't missed the shot. He shot again at the horses, and they reared. The terror level was great, but the whole scenario was taking too long. It wasn't so late at night that other carriages might not come by. Marani took a shot at the driver. He swatted at his neck and cheeks at the double assault, pulling too hard on the reins. The carriage stopped, tilted onto its right wheels, then slammed back down again. In the same moment, a woman cried out, high-pitched, indignant, and a smile the size of their future tea stash broke across Marani's face. She broke off another handful of berries, loaded the reed, and fired at the little window. 3 blackberries slicked down the velvet whatever, but 2 got past with a splunk as they juiced on something, or someone, within the carriage. "I lost my peanuts!" berated the woman in the carriage, yelling loud enough that half the forest could hear. "Peanuts," Marani muttered under her breath. Jax couldn't breathe basic air half the time, and the woman inside was worried about peanuts. She reloaded and fired, sending 4 berries in quick succession. "Karn, what is going on out there? Are these berries?" Marani snapped another twig off. "One moment, princess." Karn rubbed his neck and cheek, likely smearing berry juice down his coat. The nightflies would love that. "There are rules on some of these roads. I mentioned that before we left." "Well, get it done with, whatever it is," the woman commanded from inside. "Tell them we have an appointment to keep, and let's go." The sheer audacity. Ignoring the tolls, like the guild hadn't labored to make road travel a pleasurable experience that cost just a few pennies and maybe a bracelet or 2. Had they lost a wheel to a pothole? No. Had one of their horses nicked a hoof on a stone? No. Had they been attacked by marauding feral pegasi? Marani didn't have any control over that, but the answer was still no. She gestured to Jax, her hands low to the road where the driver wouldn't see. Karn hunched over and squinted into the dark forest. He swatted at a fly near his face, clipping his ear. "Ow! Damn this road! You want me to toss the bribe money?" The woman huffed in the same high-pitched exasperation Marani had heard from every other royal she'd met. "If no one is there, there's no sense in wasting pennies. Give me another minute before you resume. I'm still trying to find all the peanuts." Marani made the gesture again, twice in quick succession. Jax shot from the undergrowth, scaled the carriage in 2 steps, slammed into the driver, silencing him with one very well-placed punch to the head. "Karn? Who is out there?" "The locals," Marani said, as she stood and walked to the carriage. She could hear the smirk in her voice and decided she didn't care. "Back away from the door." Jax saluted down at her, tightly curled.